Hello, the game has started. It's my opponent to go first. I've got a balanced rack, but it seems slightly non-bingo-y with the U and the duplicate P. I'm not seeing a 7. Might there be an 8 here through the right floater? Okay, great, just 12 for opponent. G, not seeing anything. A, no. D, no. And I, no. Okay, so I'm probably looking to sort out these non-bingo-y elements. Gaddy takes a D and an S at the end. I have neither. Now my U can go either side of the G. So I can do this. Pupa. What about playing pupil, keeping A-O? 25 points. And certainly in the new Macondo Rackley valuation figures, vowels have been upgraded, so I feel less concerned about this rack leave. And I am going with pupil. Okay, wow, so many vowels. And no scoring tiles to help get rid of them. But pupil has restricted opponents' opportunities for scoring. Burns the S for 24 points, may have another S. So what can I do here? Well, no bingo with 5 vowels. I've got to play in column 12. That will be opening up column 13. Let me see what it scores. GO and GOE both go in this spot. 18 points. Not a great rack leave. So what about a play in row I? Nothing goes after UG that I've got. An E could go here. How can I get value from the P? Well, only with the N. That's not looking good. My O can go above P. Gug, not good. Nug is. Opa is good. No. What about playing through the C? Wow, tricky rack. I'm coming back to this spot. And what about playing Goo? I think I prefer this rack leave to A-E-O-N. I am going with this. Great, I draw consonants, so I now do have a balanced rack. Not seeing a bingo here. Neither of us have bingoed so far, so we're pretty close in score. I've got scoring tiles in the Y and the H. Oh wow, 42 points, that's nice. Knox doesn't take anything after it. Kantz does take an S in front. But I'm looking at row A. Can I get either of my big tiles on this double letter square? I've got A key, which scores 39 points. Let me see what a Y would look like in this spot. Can't see anything there. So what about an H? No. So anything other than A key. Not seeing anything. 39 points is decent. And the rack leave isn't too bad. I am going with this. Wow, fantastic. I draw the first blank. The rest of the rack not too shabby. But can I bingo? Very few bingo lanes on this board. Knox takes nothing after it. Y, not a particularly promising initial letter. I would have Guernsey if it was the last letter. Nothing goes in front of Yap. This rack leave doesn't go well with a word ending C, but I mentioned earlier that Kant's takes an S in front. So I've got row B, I've also got row I. Both possibilities require finding a 7. I'm going to look for a 7 and then come back and consider 9-letter plays through PA. But initially I'd like to get a bingo in my back pocket. Not seen anything so far. I feel that there will be bingos. I have bungees with the blank as a B, which plays in row B. So let me pause at that point. Column 5, not a bingo lane. Nothing goes in front of pupils. There's row I to consider, but that's really restricted by UG. That only takes an H and an S after it. I'm not seeing a bingo with the blank as an H. I do have the S. So bungees would play in row I. Interesting. Difficult to choose between those two spots, but let me consider PA. So a 9-letter play would begin PA. Pan is a prefix. I could have page. Not seeing anything. What about column 8 at the top? It would need to end PA something. Unlikely. So let me go back to, I was up to K, I think. And really I'm looking for alternative bingos which might play in row I. That looks promising. Well, so does this. Lungies, mungies, e-munges. They're all putting the S in last place. "13 minutes on my clock." Now, this looks quite bingo-y. Not seeing anything. Let me just go back to that. Is there really nothing here? Not that I can see. So a play ending EST, I'm not seeing one. No. So do I play at the top? 69 points. I think that's better than playing in row I. Providing a lot of bingo floaters, I'm going with this. Well, I draw the Q, not good. No obvious spots for it. I have cat and tug, but I think that's all I can see. Great, just 17 for opponent. Fantastic. Now, I have spent quite a bit of time so far, with not terribly much to show for it. Cat is quite nice. It takes out this hot spot next to the Y. Rackleaf isn't terrible. Is there really nowhere else for the Q? No, I don't think there is. I am going with this. Pretty good. All bingo-y tiles. Well, pretty good if I've got a bingo. Not seeing one. The bingo lanes are row I, but I would need an S for tugs. Column 15, beginning with Y. Not many of those. And then row I to the right, which doesn't use tugs. Opponent changes, fantastic. Now, I do have a play in row A. I have retro. providing a very useful R in first place, but opponents changed 6 tiles. This is a hot lane. Opponent could place a big tile on the double letter square. Is there a play in this spot which burns the L rather than one of the R's? Don't think so. What about any alternative in this spot? No, this is it. 19 points, not great. But I'm not seeing a way of scoring anywhere else on the board. Well, what about row C? And could there be a bingo in row C? No, I don't think so. I'm going with this. Wow, pretty good. Doesn't look a million miles away from a bingo. I don't think Roomlia is good. Lumia? Not sure about that. I would have Oligoma through a G. I have Mooley in row C. Okay, opponent's gone there, burnt another S fairly cheaply, so has probably got the final S. Still one blank to come, 10 minutes on my clock. So I'm not checking Roomlia, I'm happy that doesn't exist, nothing with the Y. I don't think Lumia is good. Opponent's taken out a bingo lane, which is jolly good. Lumia, even if it exists, doesn't play. So, what to do? Toff, not good. I was contemplating Emo. I could play ME. Quite a few E's to come, but that doesn't take out an RE word because EME is good. Mooley would sort the rack out, but I'm not seeing anywhere for it. I only lead by 50. I don't want opponent to catch me with non-bingos. Row D quite hot. I don't have anything to go after OB. Now, anything beginning with F? No. Pam is good, but opponent's got an S. Wow, tricky rack. 9 minutes on my clock. And are both good. 20 points. Mage is good. Ons takes a T. Wow, tricky rack. Nothing with PA or ID or LI. Do I really want to do this? 22 points. I think so. I don't want to open the board. I draw an I, not good. Olio would sort the rack out. Row D is the only hot spot on the board, but if opponent plays there, I may be able to reach the triple word square. Well, opponent's taken out that spot. Tef takes an F and an S. So, what I can do is this, re-oil for 9, not opening the board. This is a super tight board. Nothing has been played in the bottom half of the board. There is an S lane for tugs, but I'm not going to create any new lanes. I am going with this. I have a scoring tile in the H. I have a 50-point lead. Tef takes an F and an S, still an F to come. Can't see any way of taking out this tug spot. So, 34 for opponents. I'm drawn to this D. Wow, do I not have a 5-letter D play? I may need to open the board now. Can't see a way of doing anything decent with this. 7 minutes on my clock, 26 tiles to come. I don't think I have a 5-letter D play. Wow. I do have OH for 13. Pretty lame. So what can I do that's better? LI takes an E, but I don't have any HEE words. What about playing HE here? 20 points. Yep, 20 is better than 13. I am going with this. I draw one of the final 2 O's. Well, there are no more O's, so I drew the final one. 27 for opponent. I still lead, but not by very much. Opponent takes out this S lane. 20 tiles left. Let me count the vowels. Good grief. 9 out of 27. These vowels are precious. But still nothing in the bottom half of the board. Wow. I've got though, only 8 points. Although the vowels are precious, they're no good if they're all on my rack. I'd like to play off double O. But is this absolute madness? I'm going to do this for 6 points. There's a blank to come. Yeah, and I can't see any way of sorting the rack out. I draw the blank. Fantastic. I've got Jeopard on my rack. Should opponent open the board up? I lead by 33 points. I've got Joe, and Oi. Okay, so opponent bingos. Redskin, a deleted slur, but allowable on ISC. Redskin takes an S. I don't have a bingo with that, but I do have Jeopard and Pard. Wow, amazing. Just checking to see if there are any other locations in this row. I don't think there are, but Jeopard and Pard. Oh, let me pause in case I have something better, because I also have majored on my rack. Ide takes an A. And in any event, what about doing this for 36 points, keeping read blank, almost guaranteed to bingo. No S's to come. Column 15 is mine. So that's 36. Yeah, and row J is super hot. Column 15 is super hot. If I play Jeopard, 50 more points. And the bag's pretty grim. I could draw 2 W's. This is just a super tricky spot to consider. So what to do? This is 36 points. This rack leave, what's it worth? 25 to 30 for the blank. The rest is all good. This is a 40 plus point rack leave. So this move is a 70 or 80 point move. Jeopard. 89 points. I can't see that Jeopard is a wrong play. Just can't see it as being wrong. Yeah, I am going with this. Okay, that could have been worse. I draw two vowels. No bingo here. But I have vowels, I have scoring tiles, I have a 50-point lead. But the Z is out there. Has opponent got a massive Z play? Gosh, I thought I was close to diameter. Not quite close enough. I would need, well, different tiles and a decent floater. I don't have a vowel to go underneath the J. I have jiver, which is quite nice. 44 for opponent in the spot I was considering for the J. So we're now dead level and only 2 minutes on my clock. The bag is empty. So opponent's got W's and B's. Could play Wab under Jeopard. I need to go out in 2, I think. Only 2 minutes. Let me see what Jiver does, because the V stops opponent playing a big tile on this double letter square and getting it tripled. Am I going to go out with MTW? No. Oh, that's a shame. But is 30 points going to be enough? Well, my priority is going out in 2. So is there anywhere for Wive or View? Wyvern. No A. Well, there is an A for Wavier. Let me have a look at this. Given my priority is going out in 2. I have Met. That's pretty hopeless. 1 minute on my clock. Let me have a look at this. I have Mew for 30 points. Doesn't go out in 2. Opponent's got 16 minutes. And we'll play Wab. I would like to get rid of this V. How can I do that? Wow, tricky. I'm going to have to go with Mew. I'm short on time. Wow. I have Vent, but opponent's now got the option of playing 2 moves. I really could have done with more time there. Jowan for 30. Leaving Ebb. 26 seconds left. Do I have Tav? I don't have an A. "15 seconds left. Tav for 12. I lead by 12, but his opponent got Ebb somewhere. He has Abe. Oh, I don't think I've done enough. Just ran out of time. And opponent's got all the time in the world. I feel that was a winnable game. Ouch. Ouch, look at these scoring tiles. If I'd gone out in 2, that would have been a big score for me. Yeah. Oh, wow. Oh, wow, a draw. Good grief. Surely opponent could have won. And the final score, 374 for opponent, 374 for me. So a draw, and I can't remember the last time that happened, if indeed it ever has. But let's see what I missed. Wow, what a game. Surely either one of us could have won at the end there. And it makes me feel my Tav play. Wow. Surely something better. So, opponent to go first. Plays Gadai. I play Pupil. Could have played Pupal, AO or IO. Little to choose between them. Yeah, an opponent does have double S when they play Cants. This was a tricky rack. All of these leaves are vowel heavy, so I'm reasonably happy with go. Opponent scores nicely with Culex. Now I play A key, but I7. Gosh, hyena playable underneath Gadai, but I think I prefer the rack leave after A key, and I also like taking out row A. Opponent plays Yap. Now, all these bingos. I play bungees, but I4. Geston was the bingo which had a big overlap, so well done if you spotted that. Wow, nice rack for opponent. Plays OU. I have cat and nothing better. Wow, no bingo. Poor opponent. Changes. And now C2. Retour. Interesting. What do? I play retro for 19. Yeah, I think that's fine. Opponent short on vowels. Plays flits. UME. Interesting. Oh, and I play UM. Well, UME would have been better. Still a lot of E's to come, and it would have improved the vowel consonant balance. Opponent plays EEN. Wow, look at this. Only 13 points available. So Reoil, definitely, I think, fine. Opponent plays Deafy. Oh, there was Dory for 18. That's what I missed. Instead, I play He for 20. Okay, not much between those. Opponent plays Divan. Now, G2, Tory. I play Nuit here, I think. Yeah, I wanted to open the board up, and I think Tory would have just provided too much hotness for opponent, whereas Nuit only provides a double letter square and a couple of floaters in quite specific places. Great bingo by opponent. And now I trail by 40, but I've got this amazing rack. Jeopard and Majored were available, and then there was this Joe spot. So I sacrificed 53 points. Yeah, I think Jeopard is fine. I don't think there's any way that could be regarded as a bad play or inferior to Joe. So opponent does play Tsar, and here we go. The bag is empty. This is the end game. We're dead level, and we finished dead level. What could I have done? Well, I play Mew. Jiver for the same number of points. No out with either of them. There must be an out with MR. So I11. Swivet. Keeping MR. Mir and Arm. So I think Swivet would have been the play. 24 points. Yep. I think Swivet would have been the play. That's the only guaranteed out I can see down there. However, this game may still have been winnable. Wow, I've just blocked Wannabe for opponent. Gosh. So Swivet would definitely have lost because opponent has Wannabe through this N. Plays Jawan. Now, what can I do? There for 14. Oh, my word. I play Tav. That would have been it. Just there. VAIR. No, it wouldn't, because if I played there, opponent would have had Ebb. So, Rit would have been more on count back, and then Rav and Tav. Gosh, I actually think that endgame couldn't have been played any better. Well, I think it all comes back to the Swivet play. Swivet loses if opponent sees Wannabe, but was there a better alternative to Mew which blocked Wannabe? Do leave a comment below if you can see an out sequence which guarantees me the win. Anyway, what a fascinating game. Oh, let's just check what opponent had. Yeah, he had absolutely nothing better than 8 points. Gosh. Oh well. Yeah, what an absolutely bizarre and strange game. It always feels like that when you draw. You feel, wow, just 1 point. Surely I could have eked out one more point, but it's not immediately obvious to me how I could have done that. But Anyway, what a game. Many congratulations to opponent on a... Well, it's not congratulations, he didn't win, but many thanks to opponent for a fantastic battle. I hope you enjoyed watching that game. Like, comment and subscribe, and I will see you next time.